Welcome guys to this video. In this video we're going to be discussing the Web3 Frontend Software Architecture and how it works in the background. We are going to discuss how it exactly communicates with the communication between the dApp and the actual blockchain, and also the requirements that's needed for it, how it works in the background, and so on and so forth. We need this. We need to understand why we need this. I think when you understand when you have the whole picture of how it works in the background and what software components there are in the play, you are having context and you can debug more easily. When you have errors or bugs you see in the app, you can easily understand where these bugs come from based on the error message that you get, because you understand what specific software components, what roles they play. So understanding how the software architecture is constructed is very important. And also like understanding where to search things when you want to implement new features and new things. Okay, am I searching for this in RainbowKit and BugMe, or is it Next.js, or what am I doing? So it's very important to having a picture, basically a whole picture of the software architecture. And yeah, let's just start. I prepared some images here for you guys in order to understand everything. That I just download them from the internet. I found it useful, and I'm gonna present them to you guys. So as you can see, we have a browser which everybody's familiar with. Browser can be Chrome, Brave, etc. Something else. You have internet, obviously. You have a signer. You have a MetaMask wallet, right? And we can already talk about this signer. This signer as in a previous video, we implemented RainbowKit with BugMe, and in this case, this signer is our RainbowKit plus BugMe. So it's like RainbowKit provides you with the wallet integration, and it comes with like customizable UI, and it gives you the connecting and disconnecting feature, right? And some other small stuff, but mainly it is used for wallet integration. Then we have the front end in of itself. Obviously, front end is the Next.js app that we use, right? Next.js is a framework that we are using for front end, and this is what front end is in this diagram. Then you have really important this provider here. You see this provider, and this is very important to note. Provider is needed in order to establish a communication layer between the blockchain and your dApp, or your decentralized dApp. So this provider acts as a node within the blockchain and helps you to read and write data on the blockchain. So if I show you another graph which is useful, you can think of it like this. It's more simplified version. You have Ethereum network here. That's the network. It's a blockchain running. You have different clients. Bam, bam, bam. This inferior endpoint is basically our provider, our node that is running, and this helps you to read and write data from our dApp. This Web3 library is VagMe plus RainbowKit, and the JSON RPC is the communication layer we use. It's like alternative to HTTP or just SOAP, for example. But you don't need to go into detail to understand this. You need to just know, okay, the way they are communicating is through JSON RPC. The dApp is obviously our Next.js app, right? So this inferior endpoint important acts as a client in a blockchain and is listening to data, and can also alter data. It can change data on the blockchain depending what you're doing. You wanna change also smart contract states. And yeah, add for example items in a list on a blockchain, or just write data in general. So this is how it works, and if you break it down, it's that simple. This I just did an X's here. You don't have to understand these software components right now, but quickly, this is the for example, deployment, the hosting provider, basically where you host your website, and these things. I don't want to go too much into detail, but yeah. So this is how it works. And if we go to our code, right, and look at these components here. So WAGMI provider, obviously, client. And if you go to the layout, and if you go to the app, you have the chains here, the chains, right? So where is this provider? Where is this provider we can find in our code? If you go to these one of the chains that is configured, you can see RPC URLs. It's an object. It's a it throws you an object, and you're passing an object with RPC URLs and then HTTP. Then you basically pass the endpoint here. And this is a public. WAGMI does by default use public endpoints, like public nodes that are running, and everyone can connect to them and use them as a read or write help to alter or read state from the blockchain. So this graph explains you how it is. So we have different programs, right? It doesn't matter what programs. There might be also 3 different Next.js applications. Let's say this is a Next.js application, and those are just some backends that are also using the node, the public node from WAGMI, this one, to communicate with the blockchain, right? And JSON RPC is the way of communication. Web3 interface is basically the interface through which you are communicating, and you have the node here, right? The node EVM client, you don't have to understand, but you need a node that has to be running and connected to blockchain. This is what you need to know. And the point is here, public node, everyone can interact with the node and use it as to basically read and write operations on the blockchain. Yeah, I think that's it. This is what you need to know. Like minimal, just really minimal, software architecture, understanding of it, in order to really grasp the idea of Web3 frontend and what is really happening in the background. And I think I'm gonna end this video now, and I hope it was useful. Let me know if it was useful. Let me know if I should touch subjects that you find interesting here in depth, and let me know in the comments. And I wish you a nice day, evening, wherever you are, and stay tuned.